These dissenters, there is no debate. That's an America.
A new time. It's a heck of a show with Michael Brown.
Weekdays 2 to 4
on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHAL. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to Car Day. This is the day where we talk about cars, but not just Car Day. We'll talk about it, anything you want. Here's the important thing. We got 4 hours now. It's called 10 to 2, the Troubleshooter Extended and Crazy to Help. It's all about you. It really is. I'm the conduit. You talk to me, I talk to them. We talk to others. We get everyone stirred up about problems, questions, and complaints. One of the most important things is warning others about stuff before they fall for it. And many times our callers act as the foils for us to do that. So thank you. 303-713-TALK is our number. If you're listening online, YouTube, Facebook, iHeart Radio app, podcasts throughout the internet on all kinds of sources. Wherever you find us, it's great to know you can call 303-MARTINO 24/7. And we have 3 examples of people who contacted us, and we got back to them. This hour brought to you by SentryRV.com. We get so many accolades about Sentry. They're right in our backyard in Denver, north of Denver. And then also, they're north of Denver on the 119 turnoff to Longmont. They're also out just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. And new and used RVs, SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. Let's talk to Annette. Annette, what's going on with Best Buy? You know, there was a time Best Buy sucked so much I couldn't stand it. Then they got really good. And now, we never hear about it.
I can't stand those guys
now,
at Best Buy.
Why don't you
They have no inventory on anything. It drives me insane. You go in there, they got to order it. It's like a showroom now.
Yeah. And you know what? Retailers who say, we can order that, I think, what? You don't think I've heard of Amazon? I mean, why do I want you to order something, and then you email me when it's in, and I come to you, and I can get it tomorrow from Amazon?
For cheaper, probably.
Yeah, it's weird. That's Suzanne. And then you just heard Mark. We also have other guests. Annette, what's going on? Oh, Annette, are you there? Best Buy, what's going on? All right.
An oven, right? Her oven went out, so
Yeah.
we went to Best Buy. We really haven't had any problems
Okay.
up to this point.
right.
We've bought other things from them.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, it has just been an absolute nightmare.
Now, when
First
did you
of
buy
all,
it? When did you buy it? First time.
We bought it at the end of July.
Okay. And
Yeah,
nothing but
they-
trouble.
They said, well, we can't deliver that until the end of August. So that's fine, understandable. So we wait around that whole day for them to come. Nobody came. We contacted them after being, sent from pillar to post, talking to people. They tell us that it was canceled. And we said, well, we never canceled the delivery. It was just canceled without notifying us.
Wait, well,
So
did they
then
say
we-
the purchase was canceled or the delivery?
They really did not specify, and that's really what aggravated me because nobody accepted the blame. It was the other person's fault. So fine again, we can understand maybe a mistake was made. So they set up another delivery appointment for last Monday.
All right. So what happened then?
So they brought the oven, charged $75 to make 2 little splinter cuts to fit the oven into the wall. So at the total of $150 for 2 cuts. Get the oven in. It doesn't work. So then they're going to send somebody out to fix it. I don't want anybody to fix it. It's a brand new oven. I want a new oven. And now they can't get a new oven out here for another month or better.
Why don't you just cancel the whole damn thing?
I'm
Really?
seriously thinking about it.
If you're having this much trouble, why don't you? I mean, they don't deserve your business if that's what happens. Mark was just talking about this, problems with delivery and stock and inventory. So I'm sure you could get something quicker. Anyway, was it price that attracted you? What attracted you to Best Buy?
Well, just because, like I said, we've purchased there before. My mom has an account with them, and it just made it really
Okay.
easy.
So what do you want us to do? I mean, seriously, you want us to call? We have
If
people
you
there.
heard what she just said, the
What?
reason she uses them is because she's got a line of credit there.
Yeah.
That's how they get you there, and they're way more than Costco. They're way more than Sam's Club. They're way more than a lot of appliance places.
Does Costco have major appliances?
They have great deals on appliances. The great deals.
Yeah, and I just may consider doing that.
Do you want us to call Best Buy? What would you like?
Well, what's your usual protocol with something
Suzanne.
like this?
Suzanne, we have an angel at Best Buy. Don't we have somebody we can unload on or dash
I
or
don't know.
something?
I'll have to look, Tom.
Yeah, we have in most corporations we have someone we can
Right.
if you want us to call, but Annette, I would be inclined seriously to cancel it. Just say, you know what, shove it. I don't want it. I mean, they won't give you a hard time because you just don't want it. Our appliance store is a thing of the past. Are they a thing of the past?
Well, I don't think so, but they're really big ones, like Appliance Factory. Those guys have everything. They got
you know what?
30
You're right.
locations.
You're right. And we have Jensen, but Jensen like
Small
more
potatoes,
repair,
but they're great.
And then who's the other one?
Al's Appliance.
Yeah, but they don't.
They're going
Appliance
away-
Factory.
Yeah, we set up Appliance Factory Outlet, but then there's another one.
Most of them are just repair places now.
Yeah, because they can't afford.
Oh, what's the real big one? We got our
I just said that Appliance Factory. No,
Isn't there a bear?
Ferguson
is huge.
What's that company out in Louisville? What are
Yes,
they called?
yes. They have that jingle I was trying to think of. When you need it, where is it? What is it?
Oh, the Tree Farm.
No, that's the Tree Farm. Wait, what's the one about appliances?
Appliance Factory out in Louisville.
No, it's not Appliance Factory. Appliances, just put appliances. Look, Louisville. I don't know. People will know. See, that just goes to show you they were top of mind in a way, but there's a discount appliance. That's not it. Mountain High Appliance in Louisville. Right. Louisville. Am I singing the right song?
That's right. Mountain High Appliance in Louisville.
You know what? That really worked. That jingle worked. And we don't know them. They're not on a referral. I'm not saying they're bad. They're not on our list, but a Mile High Appliance in Louisville. Right. That worked.
It did work.
There. It worked. Call them up and tell them it worked. I want to congratulate them. I do. I want to ask them about their jingle. Do we really have two Annettes that called us and left their numbers?
For real, Tom.
Okay, the second Annette with an 06 Ford Escape, as they... Was that in Dory, right? Or in Nemo. Escape, she called the Ford Escape. What's going on, Annette?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I have had a problem with my car since June 26th.
What now? Is it new or used?
I've owned the car for 6 years.
Okay, so that's used. And what's the problem you're having? Tell our experts. We have listening to you, Mark Machowski from Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, and Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech. We also have with us, of course, we have Nick with Flexident of Colorado. So what's happening with your car?
So intermittently, when you put it into park, it gets stuck into park.
Oh.
And you can't shift it out of park. And it's a very intermittent problem.
Well, you guys are all over this already.
Yeah.
Why?
There's a safety thing with the brake pedal where it won't disengage unless you're on the brake. So there's a switch.
And that switch could be malfunctioning.
Could be malfunctioning.
Or adjustment.
Exactly, adjustment.
That may be an alarm malfunction or a door lock switch.
Well, on June 18th, I took the car to a mechanic that came highly recommended.
But he didn't fix it.
And he switched out the brake switch. And the car worked for 2 weeks, and then it malfunctioned.
It just needs adjustment.
Again. Not
replacement, dear. Not replacement, adjustment.
Okay, I took it on June 26th to a dealership near my home because I figured that they would be the experts on the board.
Yeah.
And so they instantly diagnosed it as being the shifter. So I authorized them to change out the shifter, and they also, as a courtesy, told me that I had a tiny leak in my water pump, and that it was not an issue now, but of course would not self-heal. And I said, go ahead and fix it.
What dealer? What dealer is this?
I hate to say it on air.
Why?
Because
Did they do
they
something
have a
wrong?
car.
Huh? Did they do something wrong?
Well, when they replaced the water pump, they did not put the clamp on the hose. So the next day, my daughter was in town, and we tried to go to Estes Park, and the car overheated 5 times before we got it back.
But they fixed it again, right?
But they fixed it and reluctantly sent it to a different dealership for diagnostics.
Well,
Could
you tell us who you're dealing with? Annette, I doubt that they're going to put you together with this 06 Escape. I mean, who is it? What Ford dealer did this?
O'Meara Ford.
Okay, well, guess what? That does not surprise us. Mark, you said it the other day. O'Meara Ford has been showing up on the radar all of a sudden.
This will be the 4th call.
Something
2 weeks.
happened at O'Meara Ford. We are the radar.
Let's call over and literally ask them. One of you guys, please call over Suzanne and ask them what changed.
We are Consumer Radar. We can tell when ownership changes, management changes, people die, people change, people have a nervous breakdown, whatever it is.
Fence.
Elkhart Fence. We knew something happened. As soon as it happens, we know that guy drove it into the ground, the son. We know, or did they sell it too? Whatever it is, we know when things change. We hear it. We see it. We know it. O'Meara sucks right now based on the random calls. It's like when you see 3 cockroaches somewhere. You know you have an infestation even if you only see 3. Because you only usually see none or 1. Just like roadkill. Roadkill is an indication, seriously, of overpopulation. Do you know there are some wildlife people who would keep track of roadkill as a way of predicting population?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, of course. It's an extrapolation. It may not be a perfect calculation. But the thing is with O'Meara, something changed.
I'm going to call him during the break personally and figure out what changed.
Something changed.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply.
Hey, I just got a generic question. Did the service manager change there? It's been the same one for a while.
Something changed. Tell him that.
Cat, something has changed there. The service used to be great, and it doesn't seem that great anymore. What do you make of it?
And it's been in the last 4 weeks.
You can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/work.
100.
At ZipRecruiter.com/work. ZipRecruiter.com/work.
Mark. All right, let's talk about Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. That's what we say, and that's what we mean. You can call and get your loan started at 303-867-7000 or go online, idealhomeloans.com. They have credit optimization, which will help you get better pricing even with approved credit. They get you extra good credit by doing things legally, ethically, and quickly, like maybe paying down a balance here or correcting an address mistake, something very minor. They also have the interest rate guarantee. If interest rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. And they have the custom term loan. You can get the lower rate and have more go to principal but not go back to 30 years. You also have written guarantees from idealhomeloans.com. That's 303-867-7000 and of course online, idealhomeloans.com.
I know the deal.
Okay, good. Don't tell them.
What was it, a Cougar? Yeah, it's a Mercury Cougar.
I like Cougars.
Put that ass end on. Yeah, the 02 Cougars.
He likes Hummers, Dingers, and Cougars.
Yeah.
I love them. I love Cougars.
Hey, David got me my Hi Mark. This is a revised trust and new will used especially for those who have revocable trust. Take another look to ensure I've made all the changes. That's yours.
But it's still the chassis and the engine.
Why people do irrevocable, just beyond me.
No, I'll tell you why. And let's
away from everybody.
No, let's say a divorce settlement or something along those lines. A stepchild. There's different reasons.
Not necessarily good ones.
Let's say you hook up with a hooker, and there's a lot of trouble going down, and you don't want anything to come out, kind of like Trump. You set up a revocable trust or non-revocable.
What do you think of the debate?
I couldn't watch it.
Why?
I decided.
How about
to
the guy
get a
that
root
said
canal
if he's
instead.
elected $1,000 a month?
Oh, right.
That's great.
Listen, man, $1,000 a month.
That's just the frosting on the cake. You also get free college, you get free health care, you get $1,000 a month, and something else.
No, the idea is that everybody has to have a basic income, and the government's going to
Jesus Christ, how fucking moronic. Everyone deserves an income.
$32 trillion.
Now, come on.
Just
I believe everybody deserves, you heard me, opportunity. You don't deserve fucking income. God almighty.
God, you're a hard ass. How about people that don't have a job?
Well, no. Social services for maybe widow and kids where there's not,
there's
certain...
definitely situations of need.
Obviously.
There, but not...
I'm not talking about being mean.
No.
God. I have a theory. No one would be opposed to giving people who deserve, who need a hand up.
Well, you're wrong there.
Why?
Okay, then explain North Korea.
What are you talking about?
Their entire population is in the worst poverty ever, and Kim Jong runs it. He's rich as fuck.
He said normal people.
Wait a minute. I was talking about if people in need in America need help.
That's not what you said. You said
nothing
you were
wrong with helping them.
You said most people feel that way. That's what you said. Most people feel
yeah, I meant Americans feel
you
like
didn't say
they
that.
wouldn't mind paying taxes to help people if truly it was helping people.
Well, be more clear.
They don't want it fucking wasted on lazy people, and they don't want redistribution of income. But they have no problem, I don't think, helping needy.
There's about 40% of this country that want redistribution.
We are very generous.
Well, yeah, because they're the ones that want it in their pocket.
Exactly.
They're not the ones making it.
What they don't,
there's nothing
they'll quit doing the jobs, they'll quit doing
Streep
everything.
from distributing her income. Yeah. Do it. How about all those homeless people in L.A.? Bring them into your fucking house.
Yeah, there you go.
The rich ones in L.A., somehow the police keep them off their fucking streets.
Like Beto,
hey, how about free camping in Beverly Hills? Fucking look, you got 25 acres. Take a campsite. Why not?
She got a practice. They don't need a bathtub, man.
Practice what you preach.
Yeah, there's no reason for a bathtub.
Right, this stuff about $1,000. I mean, you like me, you'll get $1,000 a month. Okay, where's it coming from? From him.
The bullshit. I'll move to Canada.
No, seriously, what if they said every American gets $1,000 a month for no reason?
It just raises the level of everything.
No, you think we'd get 1,000? You're nuts.
Hi, Tom Martino. Jared thinks he's being scammed. Jared, why do you think you're being scammed?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. What's going on?
Well, I was recommended to you, so a big thumbs up to you on that.
Thanks.
I got a phone call this morning on my way to work from a company who claims that back in 2005, I owed money to a bank in Florida. So I said, okay.
And even if you did, what difference does it make? Unless they got a judgment at that time, because all debt goes away after a certain amount of time.
Well, here's the thing. They told me, they were talking to me, and maybe they were trying
Except
to scare
taxes,
me.
by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I said, why am I hearing about this 14 years later? And they said, well, we were trying to contact you. But yet
Yeah, well, tell them tough. It's over.
Well, so then she says, well, this is something in Texas. And they said, well, have you gotten your summons in the mail? And I said, no.
Well, hold on. First of all, they can't take you to court beyond a certain statute of limitations. In this state is 6 years. It could be give or take. But I know of no statute that goes beyond 10 years ever for anything regarding debt, unless it's a student loan or a tax. But then even the other day I found out if the tax goes uncollected for 10 years, whatever's not collected in 10 years, they lose their ability to go to court. I don't know. So if the government can't do it, who the hell do these people think they can come after you? You know what I tell people like that? They're trying to scare you, and I'll tell you why, Jared. Here's the bottom line. There's a fancy term called novation. That's what they're trying to do. They resurrect an old debt they probably got for a penny, and then they try to trick you into making just one tiny payment. Guess what happens? Novation means new agreement or new. So they start over. Now, with taxes, that doesn't happen, but with all other debt, as soon as you enter into a new agreement, you got the statute of limitations starting all over again. So, what did you tell them, Jared?
I told them to send me information so that I could read it over and verify it myself. The lady sent me some email from a company that I've never heard of before, which I can tell you what it is if you'd like to know.
Yeah.
And
go ahead. What is it?
EMR Group.
Okay. Listen.
So anyway, so they said, and it's all over $300.
Well, what did they say? What did they say they're going to do to you?
Well, she said that they were going. She had to check to see if a court date had been issued.
And by the way, it might be a legit debt, but that doesn't mean you don't have to pay it. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that, unless it is one of those, now there are certain things, taxes, student loans, certain things, fraud, but and certain fraud. So, Jared, you know what I tell these? This is what I like telling these people. Okay, please sue me. I am begging you to sue me.
And they can't send you a summons in the mail to show up in Texas.
You know what? They're just trying to scare some money out of you. I wouldn't give them the time of day.
And what judge in the world would drag somebody to court over $300?
Well, actually, you mean what judge? It's not the judge that determines that. A judge would go to court all day long on $2 if someone wanted to bring a lawsuit.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any valid summons in the mail.
What did you end up saying to them? I hope it was go to hell.
I told them that I would review what email they sent, and I would return their call if I thought it to be valid.
Good.
And then
just tell them to sue you and leave it at that.
Yeah. But I'm glad you were referred to us, because you would have heard about this had you been listening, and I'm hoping you now think, hey, this is pretty cool. I might listen. Anyway,
Mark Machowski, you ever get a call like this?
We get all kinds of calls like that. All kinds of them.
It's crazy.
I think so many calls a day.
I have the Drug Administration is looking for me.
No, I got the Social Security Administration.
As well, yeah.
They said my check has been stopped.
Did they get your warrant out, though? They're coming to arrest you?
Yep, they're going to. Yep. Annette, Mark called O'Mara Ford. You just happen to have a problem with O'Mara. And by the way, there's something wrong when we get 4 complaints in about 4 weeks or less and emails about O'Mara when before we never heard about O'Mara. What's different, Mark?
Well, I talked to someone there that told me the root of the problem, and I agree with it, but then I just got an email saying that the service department manager recently got promoted and the new guy's not keeping up, but that actually does tie in with what one of their sales guys told me.
You called as a regular Joe Blow.
I just called up and said, hey, your service has really gone
sucks
down.
lately.
So how do we help Annette then? Because she spent a lot of money with them.
First. I want to hear what they said first, Mark.
So this guy said, our service department is so busy, we're very far back on everything. That's what he said, and he acknowledged that the service has gone down.
Now, her problem.
Yeah, I think Daphne needs to call up over hers.
Now, it's bottom line, they may have ruined your engine, but you may have ruined it. And here's the big deal, Annette. If someone causes a problem and you make that a further problem by you keep driving, technically when you overheat and you keep driving, you are now responsible for additional damage. You may not want to hear that, Annette, but it's going to be so. And these guys think if you drove it, cooled it, drove it, cooled it, drove it, cooled it, 5 times it overheated, then you probably ruined your engine. Did it finally just not go anymore? What was?
Well, no, they sent it to Silta Hire in Broomfield, and the
Who sent it?
Came back. O'Mara did.
Okay.
My insistence.
So when you say it overheated 5 times, did it overheat and stop running, or did it just show overheating and you cooled it off? What happened?
It showed overheating, and I would continue to cool it. And
When it overheated, did you get a light? What did you get?
Readout on my dash.
And it said, okay, and then what did you do when it overheated? Did you slow down or pull over?
Immediately and add coolant. But that's not the problem, Tom.
Okay, what is the problem?
The problem now is, in the last 3 months, I've had the car into O'Mara 7 times. In the last 3 months, I've had my car less than 7 days because it keeps locking into park. And in O'Meara's defense, they have...
You just said that Golden, or whoever did, Silterhar did a diagnostic. What did they find?
O'Meara interpreted the diagnostic and said that the engine was in pristine condition. They couldn't believe
in what
it
condition?
had as many miles on it as possible.
How many miles?
And they
How many miles do you have?
145,000.
Okay, so where do we go? What did you want us to do today?
So my problem is every time O'Meara returns a car, I have it for less than a day or at the most 3 days.
And something else goes wrong, or does the same thing keep going wrong?
The same thing keeps going on. And now O'Meara is not being honest with me.
Well, why do you keep even messing with them? Why do you keep going back to them? Why?
I just got in a cycle, Tom, and they kept...
Well, get out of the cycle, Annette. It's really easy. Go somewhere else.
I think she's given him a couple grand already, Tom.
Yeah, well, that's a separate issue. You see, throwing good money after bad is punching those clowns that used to go down and wobble back up. You can't get ahead ever.
I can't get over how many complaints we've
I
had
haven't
in
paid them
2
any
weeks.
additional money.
How much do they have? How much do they have total of your money?
Well, they initially replaced the shifter.
I didn't hear a number. I want to know total dollars spent now with O'Meara. Total dollars.
Originally, I paid them $14.87 or something.
Okay, then what? Anything else?
And then
hold on. For the $14.80, what did you get?
They replaced the water pump. They supposedly replaced the shifter.
Okay, what else?
And they replaced the serpentine belt.
Okay, now guys, is that for that? If they did all those things, is that a bad price?
That's average. That's not bad.
Now, hold on. Now, next question.
Yeah, some of those shifters have a lot of
Now, next question. Of the pump, the shifter, and the belt, are any of those things failing?
The car repeatedly locks into park.
Okay, that has nothing to do. Well, it has to.
Couldn't that be the shifter?
Well, it didn't. The shifter didn't fail, but that wasn't the problem. So they misdiagnosed it staying in park. They replaced the shifter with the idea it's going to be fixed.
Well, they first replaced the brake pedal switch, then it did it again.
But what I'm getting at is, for the money that she spent, she didn't get completely ripped off. I want to put this in perspective. Now, they may be a terrible service department, but she didn't get completely ripped off. In other words, we can worry about the nickels and dimes you have coming back to you for them not doing something properly. But for damn sure, you should just get it away from them. That's the only thing I can tell you. If you keep going back, there is nothing we can do. Get it out of there.
I'm thinking that Annette is thinking, I'm not a mind reader, but with all the money that she spent,
everyone
they did something wrong, they can
everyone thinks, I want to get my money's worth, and you're never going to get your money's worth. If they effed up, they're not going to suddenly become magically good.
Get it out of there.
Get it out of there. Then we worry about getting your loss. Please, there's nothing else I can tell you until you get it out of there. Get it to one of these guys that we know and love, and that's it. Referralist.com. That's the real deal. These other lists don't give a damn. They're not run by professional consumer advocates. They don't know their butts from a hole in the ground. Trust me when I tell you, there's a reason we have it.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver.
You know, we go a day over with some people. The world is in
This is the biggest crock of shit I ever heard.
3 months and 7
Why do people keep going back?
Well, I
I think she's doesn't want to
I'm
spend
tired of
money.
it. I'm tired of the going back syndrome.
But it's that mentality. It's
Keep going back. The keep going back syndrome. Let me be fucked again. I didn't get it. I didn't get enough.
Yeah, the dealership knows more about that car than you guys do. You know, that kind of an attitude.
They are the best parts changers.
Yes.
That's what they're
Well,
doing.
they have a big parts department there too. They put a part on, that doesn't fix it, hey, give me another part. Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what the price of gas is right now? It doesn't matter how many dollars, but who cares cents. Get the Easy Pay card at Circle K. A gallon on your first 100 gallons. Then save 6 cents a gallon on every fill.
Gallon on every fill-up after that. Sign up in store and visit CircleK.com/EasyPay for more details.
You know, this show is nothing but fighting rip-offs. One of them is in stem cell therapy. How many times do I tell people? Living stem cell therapy cannot be shipped in amniotic fluid or umbilical cord blood. The only way to get it under current law is to have it extracted on site. Then the only effective way is to re-inject it using imagery. There is not a chiropractor alive doing that I know of. Not one. So that's automatic. You see a chiropractor, run like hell. Now, there are other doctors too having fluids shipped in. You are not getting stem cell therapy. So if that's what you want, Centeno Schultz. If that's truly what you want, Centeno Schultz. And they have other therapies available as well, less expensive and just as effective in some situations. But you'll never find it out unless you avoidsurgerytoday.com. Avoidsurgerytoday.com. How much time do I have? Do I sound angry this morning? I don't need to.
Still having plenty on the back and the side. Was he talking to anybody in particular?
What's that? What did he say?
Do I sound angry? I don't mean to say.
I don't take any solicitation calls.
I'm sorry. Don't call my phone.
When you ask not to call it, they call you.
That's just encouraging. Now they're going to sell
Very
that number.
It's like when you go to someone's email and put remove me from your email list.
Right.
You just fucking acknowledge you're a real person.
That's why even that guy giving him an email address to email
Hello, this one.
you know what I mean? Tax collector. You know, you just. I've been averaging a scam call a day here lately on the sales, the income tax. The DEA has a warrant for me.
Yep, I got that 4 times in one day.
Yeah.
So how are we helping Annette with the O'Mara Ford project? Are we helping her?
There's nothing to help her with.
You will look at it? All right, okay.
Basically, what she spent with them, she got.
She gave O'Mara. We'll fix it.
What's that, Mark?
Basically, what she gave O'Mara, she got.
Okay, so she's not ripped off.
No, but the shifter didn't fix it, but it's not, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's information. But we'll be happy to check it for her if she leaves in a couple of days.
Okay, great, I'll call it that.
You know that you can learn more about their effort to connect to and support survivors.
She'll drop it in my place and call me every hour for an update. Is it done yet? I haven't had my car in 3 minutes. I really need my car.
Recovery and how you can get involved. Learn more about them at ncan.org.
I don't know if that echo's gone, guys. When I switch now, it seems okay. I don't know what caused it, though. That's the weird part. We'll find out when we come back.
That one lady we got in with one of our warranty companies. They're shipping the transmission, but it's 4 days to get there. And she absolutely had a meltdown. Calls us every 15 minutes, just wanting something.
What, you don't stock every transmission?
Well, I'm not even supplying it. It's her warranty company that's supplying it. I have no, you know.
Valuable property or asset, including your business, income-producing real estate, and stock with an opportunity zone.
She claims she's making $3,000 every 2 weeks on Uber. You know, needs a car. I'm like, if you're making that kind of money, why don't you just go rent a car for a week for $300 and make your money? You know.
That's 720-588-2000.
You're right, I know.
Rent a car. Rent a car.
Financial.com.
The roller coaster stock markets make you nervous?
Buddy of mine's buddy of mine's turning 50, so we're going over there tonight. I'm gonna get him a real gift. I know he's a cowboy fan, so I'm gonna get him something cowboy. But I'm gonna put it, I think, in a Depends box. Oh shit, you don't know, Nick.
You're gonna buy Depends. You're gonna take all the diapers out, pitch them, and just use the box.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get a box without having to buy the diapers. Hey Tom, can I have one of your Depends boxes? Yes. I got him a cane one day. He just acted like it didn't even happen.
How old are you, Mark? Just turned 56. Just turned 56, and you? Yep, and you? Oh, wow. 60. Oh, wow.
How old are you, Nick? How old are you, Nick?
I'm 6 years older than you. Hi, Tom Martino. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713. Hour brought to you by Frank Duran, realestateman.com. 303-920-1622. I talk about Frank all the time because we love Frank. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, you will never do better. For any touches every deal with his team, I have a new website, frankduran, Okay, so we want to help Becky. She has a birth certificate. And I don't understand what's wrong with it, but you have a Social Security card with another name. Is that what it is? What's going on?
Correct. My mother moved in with me 10 years ago. Well, back in 2010.
Okay.
We got her her Colorado ID, and in order to do that, you had to present your birth certificate.
Okay.
That's when we first noticed that her name on her birth certificate was different than she even knew.
Was it totally different? Like for, can you give me some examples?
So like on her birth certificate, it's RAYE space MONA.
Ramona.